Alrighty. We're going to give it a shot. I'm going to load up our replay. It's a game from yesterday. We're going to watch it from the Protoss perspective. Because I was the Zerg, and I think watching it from my own perspective is kind of goofy, because I already saw my own perspective, so. Let's see what we got. Should I cast the game on normal speed? I'll cast the game on normal speed. It'll be exciting. I'll sit here for 30 minutes talking about a game of StarCraft I already played. Very cool. What's this Protoss doing? Low ground wall, alright, seems reasonable. Let's put on the everyone vision. Let's see what both players are doing. There's not enough going on for... What's the Zerg up to? Building workers. Building Overlord. Building workers. Protoss gonna go scout. Pretty standard. Pretty standard opening. More workers, more better. More workers. More workers. Protoss should be building something here as soon as this finishes. Unless they're going Nexus first. Nexus first, wow. So if the Zerg scouted similarly like the Protoss did, they could have not dropped this hatchery, gone pool, and just won the game. Nexus first. That's crazy. That's really risky. Zerg getting their gas. Getting scared that the Protoss is going to steal it. You actually don't have to worry. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it at all. This is a cute little, you know. Build it over here when he's not looking. What's going on down here? Getting the gas. Protoss should really be building a gateway here. This is crazy late. Just not having units is insane. If the Zerg just, you know, were to attack, it would be game over. That's crazy. That's crazy. I should worker scout every game, dude. I didn't even know. I should worker scout every game. I just assume my opponent's gonna do something like good. Not like crazy vulnerable. Okay, and Gateway Forge. Yeah, that's this is crazy. This is hideously unoptimized. What's Zerg up to? It's a little clumsy. Queen, bunch of their money goes back down. They got 68 gas. Oh, that's why they had, because they had too many minerals. Yeah. It's me. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Casting it as if it is in my own game. You know what's crazy, actually? 40 Zerglings might... Well, I don't have the larva for it. 40 Zerglings might just win the game here. So now I go scout, and I see he's doing something really goofy, and I say, all right, I think what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to get another base, and I'm just going to out-expand him, because his build is really unoptimized. I see his gateways, like, yeah, Forge expand. Beautiful. What's going on over here? We're building. Spending our money. We still got 2 in gas. Little unoptimized. 22 workers here. Some of those should be transferred down. Zerg spending all that money. What do we got in the production tab? 2 overlords. Link speed. Another base. 34 out of 36 supply. Probably more drones. Inject. Yeah. Looking great. Protoss blocking off with 2 workers. That's actually pretty clever. Just cause this is a goofy wall. This is a really goofy wall. Second cannon? Wow. And see, this is very typical for Protoss. They'll do something bad, and then they'll put a bunch of cannons up, which is also bad. But they sort of counteract each other, and it's hard for Zerg to exploit this quickly. Quick 3rd and 4th hatch though is one way of doing it. This is really disappointing. I didn't get this. What's going on here? I was saving up for the Spire. What was I spending my money on? 9 more drones. Oh, okay. I was spending my money on 9 more drones and a Roach Warren. Yeah. Roaches. Yes. See. See. This Protoss is clever. He expects roaches, so he'll go sentry. Using force field, prevent the roach from getting. This certainly is a Protoss. Zerg just building workers, man. 430. Worker. Some of the workers got transferred down. Very nice. Very nice. Fully saturated. Getting your gases. Getting your gases. Getting a third base. Getting a fourth base. Both players at 50 supply. So, despite the opening being a little goofy silly, you know, you got some consistent production. No warp gate. Remarkable. If I lose to this guy, I'm gonna be so sad. He gets +1 attack. I see him moving out here with my overlord. In my peripheral vision, I remember that. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna move across the map. I should start finally building units now. Cause yeah, there we are. Cause I know he has at most like 6 units here. Cause he has at most 6 units here, 7 units here. Don't say it. 6, 7. Got him. Third base, fourth base, drones. Does it ever get hotkeyed? Yes, love to see it. We got a cute little scout here from the Protoss. They see some roaches. They see a bunch of bases. Zerg's got a little bit too much money. I want to see Zerg kind of move into their next phase of the game, but we'll see what they got going on here. Again, it's me. It's me. I'm the Zerg. Acting like I'm not the one playing the game. Hilarious. Oh, spoilers. Oh my god, I've had the spoilers up the whole fucking time. It's okay, nobody noticed. A third base. What a brave Protoss. Again, here, like, 40 Zerglings probably just wins the game. I expect most Protoss to get air units by this point in the game. So, you know, it's kind of risky to do that. I get roaches and roach speed and move across the map before speed is done. See the enemy art. Wow, this is what's going on here? What's going on here? Like ships in the night? Like shooting stars? We're scouting. Both players sort of circling around each other, shadow boxing on the map. There's an observer with the army. Zerg is coming in from 2 sides now with the roaches. You know, I feel like the roaches could have just moved straight down here at the start. Either way. Attacking from 2 sides. Distracts a lot of the zealots over here. Putting himself in the pin. This is... Ooh. Again, it's me. I don't know why I'm doing this in third person. I'm just so used to casting other people's games. Okay. Well, that was a bit of a rough engagement. In a lot of ways. You know, the speed wasn't finished yet. The +1 attack wasn't finished yet. The sentries perfectly counter this. The angle was bad. Wow! This Protoss just finished a bunch of gates and built a ton of units! What do we got going on? Oh, we got a bunch of workers here, though. We got no workers here yet. We're at 62 workers for the Zerg. That is pretty decent. Protoss only at 41. That's substantial. Army moving across the map. Couple roaches going to scout the third base. No, that's not scout. It's counterattack. What the heck is going on here? Okay, they're just looking at each other. Oh, not the one with all the workers. Are the workers gonna die? Zerg, what you doing? You defending? Oh my god, the force fields to trap in the workers. You know, that means there's no force fields for the fight, though. That's kind of funny. That's actually... And now the zealots can't get... That's funny. The workers can't get out, though, so they're all gonna die. The force fields ends. The workers can evac. Do the workers evac? Oh my god, evacuate your workers. Oh my god, evacuate your workers. No, the workers are just gonna keep mining. The army fights. Targeting down the immortal. There was only one with the army. No reinforcements. The roaches will eventually clean this up. Oh, stepping away from the zealots melee units. Yeah, you want to keep distance. Morphing some ravagers off the injured ones. Really good. Find a way to squeeze some extra value out. Spore crawler goes up to... And they recall home. 70 supply at 120, although a lot of it's in roaches, which are... yeah, some Zerglings with the fight would have been good. This drone actually scouting the Protoss not having a 4th base is really valuable, and this Overlord scouting the Protoss not having a 4th base is really valuable. Protoss could have a 4th base here. Like the Zerg. I mean, it's a hatchery. It produces units. It's been injected. It's not nothing. It acts sort of like a gateway. You know, it produces... Oh, Warp Gate's finally done. Nice. More hatcheries, more hatcheries. You know, 50 workers after that, not mining gas. That's a big ball of army, but, you know, so is this. Yeah, so These are comparable. Oh, the Spire. What's going on there? Zerg's going for air. Love to see it. Getting +1 attack, +2 attack, +1 carapace. Armor and attack upgrade for the roaches. That was sweaty. They're trying to restabilize. Both players trying to restabilize. Both players sort of in the groove of things. They got enough money. They got enough facilities, the infrastructure in place. It's time to produce. 120 supply to 153. Protoss gets a big old army and starts moving out across the map. Zerg just pumping them roaches, trying to get up to 200 supply. Protoss not scouting the high ground, instead going all the way around. Like 2 ships in the night, the Zerg moves to attack at the same time. These players are on the same wavelength. That's remarkable. Catches an Immortal. Now, the Immortal Rally discloses the location of this army, so a Zergling goes up to scout and then, you know, run away. Trying to get the... That's cute. Trying to get the Archon over the wall. That's not going to work. Wasting a lot of time here. Would have liked to see half the army go, oh my god, finally he splits the army. Again, it's me. The hatchery dies, but all the workers automatically run away. Wow, the retreat with the small side, the big side getting big value. It's a costly fight for Protoss. Roaches are very good against everything that's not an Immortal. And the Immortals were not really fighting the Roaches during that fight. Zerg got air units on the way? Ravagers, Lings? Ah, the Zerglings to buffer. That's so good. That's so good. This is still a very scary Protoss army. This is a game-winning Protoss army. All it has to do is sort of wedge itself in there. He's gonna retreat. Zerglings go behind, trying to scout for a possible 4th base, or maybe setting up for a flank. Ah, the Roaches on the right, the Zerglings on the left. The Protoss army is retreating after killing a base. All the workers have evacuated this other hatchery, or this center hatchery. There he is in the middle of the map. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh, Zerg was not expecting Protoss to be there. Still, this is a oh my god, it's a full pentagram surround. The Zealots are chasing the Zerglings. That was a thing of beauty. Zerglings actually getting really good trades against these Zealots, and then retreating, you know, once the numbers are not in their advantage. Meanwhile, Zerg amassing army to defend, sending mutas across the map to attack. This Overlord dropping creep to prevent the hatchery from going down. Just you know, and one more annoying thing that a Protoss has to, or the Protoss has to deal with. Gonna kill some Zealots for free. Very nice. Now, of course, the Protoss musters a defense. Bunch of Stalkers. Stalkers beat the Flyers, the Mutalisks. You know, these guys are, oh, what a sweetheart. But, yeah, Zerg can't actually fight this directly. These, oh my god, that's so many Immortals. Immortals don't shoot air. Immortals beat Roaches. As we've seen on the ground, Immortals beat Roaches. However, they don't shoot Flyers, so the Flyers can dive in if the army's out of, like, if the army's like this, you know, like in a big ol' string, a big ol' conga line before it balls up. If it's in a big ol' conga line, you can pick off the Immortals as they try to move across the map. Or, you can do a little backstab, kill a couple things. Getting 2 or 3 anti-air units. Oh, catches the Flyer. And there goes the ability for Protoss to reinforce on the other side of the map. Now the army is chasing. It's getting conga lined. It's getting funneled through the, extruded through the funnel. The big Roachling attack on the 4th base that doesn't exist yet. And as soon as the army moves that way, back in come the mutas. Protoss cannot build there. Supply blocked. +2 Flyer Carapace. Ooh, that is a lot of damage. 2 gates going down. Zerg recognizing that the Protoss is chasing all the way up here, dives in, kills a whole bunch of workers. Now, this is a funny position in the game because despite the fact that, oh, excuse me. Despite the fact that Zerg has just done critical damage to the Protoss economy, that 120 army supply is, oh, getting caught in the middle of the map is rough. However, that's a lot of cannons. That's a lot of army tucked into a very tight spot. And that's a lot of wall. So the Zerg can't actually finish the game here immediately. This would be an opportunity for Zerg to build 4 more bases. Go here, here, here. Well, probably 3 more bases. Go here, here, here. Or get their late game tech up. So again, attacking in 2 places at once. Got a third little ball of roaches to defend some run-bys just in case if he sends some zealots around, which he ought to. Here we are. The Immortals are out of position. The Archon's out of position. All the anti-air is over here. And we're not going to kill all the Immortals for some reason. We're just going to take a bunch of damage and fly through. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Pulls the army out of position. The Roach Ball is moving here. Zerg never reestablished this base. And I don't think has built against Zerg, like it's not me. And has not built a worker in 54 workers. Yeah, in minutes. Every larva has gone to army, and it is barely enough. More hatcheries might be good. 1,700 minerals floating, 1,300 gas. Yeah, see, this is... I'm curious. You know, I wonder, what if I just build 12 more mutas? How many mutas is this? 16? 15? Okay. I mean, I got 1,200. I could build 12 more mutas. That would probably... They can't fight the cannons very well. They fly. Flying is so good. Wow. There's a bit of a lull in the game here. You know, both players again took some big damage on the fights and are trying to reestablish there. There we go. We got 12 workers, 11 workers down here. Still not building it. That's where they were. The mutas catch the Protoss trying to move out again. As all of the roaches that were on the north side come down to the south. Zerg expands to the corner. Very brave. Zerg? What? Ah, the hatcheries aren't hotkeyed. This is when it happens. Zerg hasn't produced for almost 2 minutes. Big roach counterattack. The mutas fly home. The roaches retreat. The hatcheries aren't hotkeyed. Now they're hotkeyed again, and 16 swarm hosts. All the way up to 200 supply. That's one way to do it. That is one way to do it. Swarm hosts produce free units. Oh my god, that's so scary. The roaches kind of off sides here. As the Protoss army finally does what it wants. Moves onto the Zerg side of the map. The hammer is coming down. The roaches are fighting. They kill one Archon. They retreat. The Archons really are the anchor for this Protoss army. If these Archons die, the mutas can pick off Stalkers all day. The Stalkers don't have Blink. That's a mistake from the Protoss. Sees the High Templar, gets a little bit of damage on a Stalker, pops the barrier on the Immortals, and then retreats. No, the Protoss army is moving backwards. Oh my goodness. If this army just walks forwards and says, this shit is mine, it's donezo. Oh, but the Swarm Host finished just in time. Protoss doesn't know this, but they retreat anyway. They are hemming and hawing. There's the haw, there's the hem. There's the hem, there's the haw. Meanwhile, the roaches on the counterattack. They're damaged, but, you know, they don't care about cannons. Well, they could fight the cannons. Instead, they dive a little deeper, take a lot of damage in the process. Protoss army teleports home, kills the roaches. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, the other half of the Protoss army. The Swarm Host defense, the Swarm Hosts are committed. But the Protoss was retreating at the same time. Oh my goodness. Now there's a long 40-second cooldown before the next wave of Locusts. And the Protoss here can attack. Meanwhile, for the Zerg, finally production. 27 more roaches, a mutalisk, +3 flyer, +3 ground carapace, +3 ground attack. Zerg is progressing to the late game. They've rebuilt this hatchery finally. They expand. Well, it's here. It's here. There's no workers, but it's here. There's another hatchery. Very cool. It's here. You know, it's not great. Zerg has been bleeding workers slowly for the past... Oh my god, here we go. The Swarm Hosts. The Swarm Hosts are taking a little bit of damage. They're body blocking with their... Oh my god, the Locusts. Finally doing some damage. The Mutas come in, pop all the shields on the Immortals, and then run away. See, the Stalkers are in the back. The Mutas can come up at the front, do a little pokey poke, do a little divey dive. Another Archon dies. One Archon. Archons are good, okay? Archons do 47 damage, and it splashes. So, you know. When there's 2 Archons hit a Muta and does 50 damage, 80 damage, That's most of the mutas dead. And if they're all stacked on top of each other, which they do because they're flyers, that's all your mutas dead. To 2 Archons. Like this. Oh my god, the roaches come in. The mutas fight 2 Archons simultaneously, not targeting the weak Archon. Oh my god, power overwhelming. What was 15 mutas is now 7. And here it is. The Protoss is fine. Oh no, the Swarm hosts have come off cooldown, and the Protoss has finally wedged themselves in there, finally stabbing into the heart of the Zerg. And they find themselves boxed into a corner. They take a hatchery out. They kill a lot of workers. Not that many workers, because there were no workers there. The Protoss is confused because the Zerg doesn't have workers. So they're trying to find the Zerg workers, and they can't seem to find them. Swarm hosts. Man, that is a long cooldown. What are these guys doing? They are on an adventure. You love to see it. Protoss teleports home. They don't want to get surrounded by the Zerg in Zerg territory. Some of them missed the boat. Swarm hosts are going on an adventure. They're going to attack over the wall here. Yes, we love flying units. All right, Zerg build some Zerglings finally. You know, Zerglings are a key unit. I probably should build more of them, huh? Like, if those Zerglings are here right now, I win the game. Actually, if those Zerglings are here right now, where are they? Where are they? Oh my god. What a fucking disaster. You know, if these Zerglings and Mutas had just fought against these dudes down here. I mean, I didn't have vision. They were on the high ground. Creep doesn't give vision. Creep tumors give vision. This little guy gives vision. They come in here. They're going to snipe another hatchery. Protoss is committing to killing Zerg bases, and they're losing a lot of army in doing so. It's a little bit of a clumsy fight. The Locust wiped out a lot of the base here. 500 gas. The assimilator has been destroyed, so that's not going to get mined maybe ever again. They're coming back. They're doing another wave. Oh, right on time. 4 seconds to go. The Mutaling finally clears this out. The Protoss does kill the base, but it does lose their army. 1 Archon, 1 High Templar, 5 Zealots, 6 Zealots, and a cannon. The Locust getting some damage. Oh, finally the target fire. Oh my god, getting a gateway and a robo is huge. You know, you would have liked to just target fire the Nexus. Honestly, you just take out the Nexus. Because then you can't mine there. Oh, the Mutas find the workers. Where's the Protoss army? Where's the Protoss anti-air? Where'd all the Stalkers go? They committed the Stalkers in the attack. Oh my gosh. And then they warp in units to defend and the Lings come in. They're invisible! It's the Invisible Men! Zerg is going to be forced to retreat from this location. 3 invisible men can kill an infinite number of things that cannot see them. Quick math. Zerg finally expanding to the space in the bottom right. Fully saturated. This hatchery still capable of producing. Zerg has a hatchery not hotkeyed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hatcheries in the game, but only 4 on the bar. The hive is done. The greater spire is done. Zerg has 15 gas and is not mining any. The extractors have finished, but the gas mining has not proceeded. The Lings retreat from the invisible men, and Protoss is on the attack again. The Swarm hosts, they've been found by the melee units. They pop the Locust and they retreat south. Brilliant decision. The Protoss is forced to choose dive or kill the Swarm hosts. If the Swarm hosts retreat into the main, the Protoss goes up here anyway and kills all of the base and all the Swarm hosts. In this instance, the Swarm hosts, they distract the army, they take some damage. The Mutas come in, kill the Archon before it can kill them. Down to 5 Mutas. The Invisible Men, oh, detection, finally! The Zerg has an answer. The Invisible Men are hunted down. Meanwhile, in the Zerg main base, that is all the technology. When these buildings go away, you can no longer produce that unit. Alright, what do we got going on here? The Observer. The Mutas. Oh my goodness, not target firing the Dark Templars. Oh, the Observers leave! What are the Observers leaving for? Oh, because there's a Dark Templar down here distracting them! The Dark Templar go back in. Oh, it's catastrophic. It's catastrophic. The Zerg seeing this is going to rebuild their spawning pool, surely. Surely. Oh, finally, all the Dark Templar get spotted and cleaned up. What's going on here? The Swarm hosts had killed the Protoss 4th base. They went all the way down here and they killed it. We didn't even notice. There was so much going on. They're going to be chased all the way across the map. They scout the other 4th base from the Protoss. Protoss has 39 supply. They have no units. But the units they do have, oh boy howdy, Can they win the game? A single zealot going to run around and scout, an invisible man going to snipe out the hatchery. This base has been undetected. It is almost fully mining. This is the only mining base. Oh my god, the swarm host, the locust swarm. The zealots come in too deep. The Protoss a little distracted, get fully surrounded by the free units, wiped out. 5 zerglings, no less, no greater, and no fewer, strictly speaking. More invisible men hunted down. A very small number of mutalisks remaining with the detection. 5 zerglings going to kill an incalculable number of workers and the hatchery. Protoss is entirely focused on the counterattack. A paltry number of zealots and 1 Dark Templar, the invisible man. Look at that, 60 damage per hit, trying to snipe out another Zerg hatchery. That is the production. That is where the units come from. But the flying units with detection, Dark Templars cannot hit air. The 5 zerglings, no fewer, no more, have killed an incalculable 3 kills on this zergling, 3 kills on this zergling, 4 kills, 2 kills. It's all of the Protoss workers. Protoss is down to 14 workers. They've lost their 4th base again. 1 cannon and 6 zealots in the pocket gonna save the day. Only 4 mutas! The Zerg cannot rebuild mutas. The Zerg has not rebuilt their main base. The spawning pool that was rebuilt is bleeding out. There is no creep underground. There's no lair. Zerg is entirely focused on controlling this very small army. 10 roaches on the way. 2 hatcheries in the other corner. Zerg is thinking about the later game. Protoss building 2 workers at a time out of 3 hatcheries. They have 80 minerals. Trying to get something done with the zealots, but the fast flying units are just barely enough. What a sweaty drag out brawl. Knock down, drag out brawl. All the way, man. This Protoss is not giving up. Long distance mining with 3 workers at a time, defended by 1 zealot. 4 zerglings will come to harass in the pocket, catching the zealot. The zealot kills 1 zergling and retreats himself to the pocket. The zerglings retreat. Surface area is very important in these engagements. What remains of the swarm hosts march forward. What are they going to do here? They're going to march forward is what they're going to do. The 4 Archons see 1. The 4 Mutalisks see 1 Archon. This 1 Archon could win the game. The swarm hosts attacking the wall, trying to make way for the Lings. It would be disastrous to counterattack into the Protoss main base. Look at that line of cannons. Insurmountable. However, at the front, a gateway gets unpowered. Another gateway gets destroyed. The forge is destroyed. The last cannon in the front wall is destroyed. Here's the 10 roaches. Oh, the 1 Archon is going to be caught alone in the middle of the map, scouted by the scouting swarm host. They don't have their locust yet. 10 seconds. They were timed out perfectly to attack here. Intercepted by the Protoss. Meanwhile, oh my god, the Mutalisks are fighting an Archon. They are all in the red health. Well, half of them are in the red health. The roaches. Oh my goodness, invisible men. They kill the Archon. Zerg is running on 3 Mutalisks and a dream. Catches the invisible man. Does not kill him. Retreats. Rebuilding the Roach Warren in the south. Has rebuilt the lair. Defending with the Swarm Host in the pocket. Oh my god, there's an Archon. There's a second Archon. If the Protoss is allowed to have 2 Archons at the same time. Oh, the Observer is shot out of the sky. Zerg goes down to 2 Mutalisks. Rebuild the spire. Rebuild the spire. Oh, please rebuild the spire. Build another 12 Mutalisks and just close it out. The Locust, this Protoss is learning the timing. The Locust wave does not find the army. The army is flanking 2 Archons. This cannot be fought by the Zerg. The Zerg does not have the ground units to fight this. 4 workers go down. This base is getting beat to shit, I tell you what. The 2 mutas harassing the last of the Protoss's 20 workers. This Zerg base is going to die. That Zerg base is dying. So are the probes. Oh my goodness, 2 Mutalisks. It's just enough. It's just enough. The workers are absolutely defenseless. The three Archons now. Oh my god, the Archons get returned home. 3 Archons. And that'll push the mutas away. Archons, however, are slow. The mutas are free to leave. They are free to go. Still not scouting the corner base. Zerg has gotten away with this for far too long. Zerg moving 2 armies simultaneously, retreating with the mutas, attacking forward with the swarm hosts, sitting on 2,000 minerals, but does not have the hatcheries to produce. Every building in the main base has died from a lack of creep underfoot. The swarm hosts seeking a base that does not exist. They will kill the workers. Protoss going down to 8 workers. Meanwhile, these 3 Archons are pushing across the map to similarly attack a base that does not exist. Oh my god, Protoss. Honey darling, send a single worker to the corners of the map at any point during the game. You will win a lot of games. You would lose. Oh my god, the Roach is dying to 3 Archons. Feedback on the Overseer, a questionable choice. Roach is dying. The mutas come in, mutas and roaches. Just enough. Is it enough to kill the Archon? No! Every mutalisk will die. Mutas are in production. 5 mutas from the northwest. Another 4 mutas here. 1 Archon goes down. The other Archon, 350 shields. Oh my god, it's so sturdy. Oh, the mutas need to run. The Zerg finally rebuilt the Spire. Oh, muta production is allowed to recommence. The Zerg has reconstructed the spawning pool. Where is it? In the center yet again. The mutas finally get picked off on the edge of the map. The swarm hosts idle but defending. Protoss forced to long-distance mine with 9 workers. They're getting gas here. This gas was never retaken. There's been 500 gas here that was available the entire game. The swarm host took it out at the 8-minute mark. Oh my god, there's so many mutas. Just no, a little to the left, a little to the left. There you go. Oh my god, every probe is 50 minerals. Every probe that dies is another 50 minerals down the drain. Protoss has 25 minerals. Protoss has 6 workers. That is less than they start with. The Zerglings dive in, targeting down the last robotics facility. Targeting down the workers, leaving the robotics facility. Targeting down the Archon. Oh my god, what actually matters in this game? It is the Archon. If Protoss is allowed to get more than 1 Archon, these mutas all could still die. Zerg diving on. Takes out the Archon, circles around to split the damage on the mutas. Very nice. Kills the last workers. Protoss is at 2 supply. 1 supply. Every last unit of the Protoss has been slain. They have 45 minerals. That is not enough to win, to rebuild. Wow. What a game. Down to the last unit, would you believe it?